Yo, 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 what's good? What's good? This Maximus here. I figured I would pull up on here because I can. Nah, but you know, it just was some random thoughts that I've had in my head. I don't know how long this is really gonna go on for, to be honest with y'all. As you see, I'm still on the road coming back from work. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I know. I got my shades on as usual. I'll be sleepy because I work a lot. So this is just my prop. So don't judge me. You know what I'm saying? If I don't see your comments on the live, because depending on where you're commenting from, I may or may not see it. I will reply as soon as this live is finished. Um, yeah, but basically, this is the relationships. I'm gonna start like this because this was random and it's all just flying at me as I'm saying it. All right, so peep it, right? I've had some conversations with some people as of late. Um, some single ladies and some single gents, and I've also had a conversation with a couple of couples too. Now, the ones that are single, their argument is, "Oh, it's hard to have a relationship, blah 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 blah." It's hard to find somebody, and da da da. The consistency is always an issue. Communication is piss poor. As a person that was single for a long time before I wasn't, I can attest to y'all that it is very much true that communication is a struggle in many relationships. That is where the first fail comes. A lot of times, and this is something that a lot of you ladies that wonder why dude only hits you up at a certain time or whatever the case may be, I'm gonna put you on the game with this real quick. So if you're wondering why you're only getting hit up on some late night shit, or he only hits you up on some random shit, he never really makes plans with you or whatever, ask yourself this: what level of communication do y'all have? Like, are y'all talking on the phone, or is it mostly a text relationship? Because if you're one of those, "Oh, I don't like being on the phone, I only like to text," understand the translation that is to a man, especially a man that would be looking to take a woman seriously, is, "Oh, she only likes to text. I can't make any connections off of a text message." So what ends up happening? Don't take you serious. Not at all. And there's a reason for that. It's not a coincidence. It's happening because you have to establish a connection. You have to make a person crave to want to talk to you so that it can build into something more than just, "Hey, what's up, sweetie? What you doing?" Because this is the thing. For all you ladies that complain about the "what you doing" text messages, how many times have you tried to have a verbal conversation with these people? Because you decided to get in each other's inbox, or y'all exchange numbers, and only thing he's texting you is, "Hey, the what are you doing?" or "Good morning, beautiful." That's because he don't really know what to say via text. You got to get on the phone, pick the motherfucker up, and talk. Have a conversation. "Hey, what's up?" It shows as Facebook user, so I can't see who you is. But hello, you know what I'm saying? It's like you have to understand that it is detrimental to the success of your relationship. "Oh, hey Sabrina, what's up?" Yeah, Sabrina, this was a random thing. I just jumped on here with thoughts on my head. Figured why not add some more content. As you can see, I'm still in my lovely work clothes. Probably still look a little dusty and shit, but whatever. Anyway, so the thing is, if you want a higher level of a relationship from a man, ladies, I'm telling you, your communication level is going to set that tone. I've said this 1,000 times. You set the tone of how that man is going to engage with you. Y'all set the tone when it's in the early parts of the relationship, in the dating phase. When you're doing that get to know you shit, ladies, you set the tone there. If you set a tone of, oh, I'm not gonna really call too much, I'm just gonna text him and I'll see him when we see each other. In a man's head, that just tells me, okay, don't take it too serious. Hit her up for some fun. Hit her up to get some ass. Hit up for anything else. But do not hit her up and think you're gonna have a conversation. Don't expect to dig deep into her psyche. No, all you are is a nice looking person, obviously, or at least appealing to them, and they're willing to hit you up and say what's good. So there goes your good morning, beautiful, and what are you doing? Because I guarantee you a good amount of those good morning, beautifuls, and what are you doing are from people that all they do is fucking text. So there's that part. Now, let's cross over to the relationship side. On the relationship side, and I'm speaking from the men's perspective because I'm a man, and I'm going to speak from the man's perspective. I could give a little insight to the female's perspective, but I really want to touch on this because, again, these are key components, and a lot of people don't understand. Key components are key components for a reason. So, what happens is you have a lot of relationships that are very middle of the road. They're mid as fuck. They're not super passionate. They're not super exciting. Nothing really goes on but so much. Maybe I'll go out and it's cute, whatever, or maybe you don't really go out like that and y'all are just, in the house or whatever. And this doesn't count if you're busy. Like somebody like me, I work 2 jobs plus do this plus counseling plus other stuff. So I'm pretty fucking busy and I'm a father on top of it. So I have a lot on my plate. But for those whose plates are of the average and standard, maybe they work their job, they do a little OT, they go home, it's cool. For those types, your relationship is typically middle of the road. And the problem is that a lot of times people don't take the time to really learn each other. They be in such a rush to get to the marriage phase that they don't take time. And this is both men and women. They don't take time to learn each other enough. And that's a problem. Because what happens is you end up in a relationship where you don't know how to connect to this person. You don't understand nonverbal cues. You might not even really understand love language, which is why it might not be passionate or super this or that. You might not understand their love language. So if you don't understand their love language, how are you going to have a passionate energy for them? And that's very important. You have to establish that connection. And a lot of you don't do that. So what happens? Your relationship goes into fail. And you're looking and you're like, oh my God, my relationship's falling apart. And I don't know what to do. You end up calling me, and then I got to tell you all this shit that should be obvious to you. There are times that things are deeper. Most of the people that I've helped had deeper issues that required to sit down in the conversation and talking things out with a third party and all of that. But some of y'all shit is just like, thanks for the pay, appreciate the money, but you're really wasting your own money because certain things are basic. Like for the fellas, pay attention to what your woman says and what your woman does, because that is going to help to guide you on what it is that you need to do to make that relationship work. You just need to follow the program. So in that case, understand that you can't just do what you want to do and then it's going to work out okay because you're the man and you're gonna make. No, that's not how it works. Now granted, men do run the show in some aspects, but women have their position too, where they also will take lead at times, will also be the one to make the call. Like I said, the whole opening of the relationship is a lot on the woman and how much she's interested in how, because the man, if he's there, he's already interested. A lot of times women are still figuring it out as they're getting to know you. Men make up their minds a lot easier when it comes to that. But if you want to transcend the mundane parts of your relationship, you have to be willing to get to know your partner. If your partner is coming to you constantly having an argument over the same things, that means that you aren't taking the time to listen to your partner, and that's why your relationship's failing. A lot of y'all that have come to me, that is one of the problems. You don't listen. This goes back to not knowing your partner. This goes back to not getting to know who your partner is and what it is they like and don't like. It's not about you. Another thing is not is not being able to integrate yourself. Oh, well, thank you very much. Another thing is you need to be able to integrate yourself with their universe. Well, men, you got to be able to fit into your ladies' universe just as much as they need to fit into ours. So, if there are things that you like that they might not have been into, they can't expect you to just totally shut your universe off to be with them, and that shouldn't be expected on the other hand either. And that's the problem. A lot of times, people have these crazy expectations of their partners. And this is not stuff that are very easy to accomplish. These are things that require time and effort. And the crazy thing is, how are you expecting all this time and effort out of someone when you yourself don't put forth the time and effort? You have to think about that. If you are the type of person that likes to go skiing, and every time you mention skiing, your partner has an excuse, you know what happens? They end up going skiing with somebody else. And let me tell you something. Love love is not enough for a relationship to survive. Love is merely a vehicle. But love is not enough. If you want your relationship to survive, you have to be doing more than just loving that person. You have to be willing to understand that person. Hell, you have to like each other. A lot of people love each other but don't really like each other. And I bet you that'll go over a lot of people's heads. They're like, what do you mean? Max, what do you mean? You love them, but you don't like them? That doesn't make sense. Yes, it does. Because love is a function of a relationship. It's a component of it. So that love will be there. But you might not actually like to be around them like that. Meaning you don't really care if you ever do anything with them again. You don't really like just listening to them talk sometimes will drive you crazy. And why? Because you don't like them. It's terrible. Pretty fucked up. I say that. But it's the truth. Doesn't change the fact that what I'm saying is true. You ain't gotta like it. You just need to accept it. You people have to realize when you get in a relationship, you have not won. When you get married, you have not won. You only win. These roads suck in New York. You only win when you truly gain synchronicity with one another. A lot of you don't have synchronicity with each other. Think about how many times you can function and do something and things just activate automatically. You don't have to go into a whole big explanation because they get it, because they're in sync with you. That synchronicity, you can get married, have kids, all of that, and still not be in sync. It is crazy. And exactly the point. Relationships, marriages, they don't like each other at all. They're just there because they're there for a function. They're there for whatever. And this is something I see in the video too. I shared it in the group. If you ain't a part of the social experiment Facebook group, you need to become a part of it. It's something I saw in the group. You need to learn to be of service. What can I do to be of service to my partner? Not because I expect something in return, but because why are you here if you're of no use? You need to be of service. What can I do to make shit easier for you? And you need to ask your partner this, not just do something and assume you're making things easier. That's a mistake that a lot of people make too. Don't think for your partner. Think for yourself. Be automatic to that shit. Be like, yo, let me see what he or she needs. Be of service to each other. See, there's a lot more to say when it comes to the people in relationships. Because, like I said, a lot of people struggle with attaining a relationship. And then once they get one, they don't even know what it takes to maintain it. So they struggle to attain it. Then they finally attain it. Then they don't even know how to maintain it. So they keep going through this cycle over and over and over again. And somehow it's everybody else's fault but yours, which is the biggest misnomer I see, is people are not realistic. They don't realize that your accountability is there, boo boo. Your accountability is there, brother. If you're constantly struggling in something, the common denominator is you. So you have to look at you and say, damn, what can I do differently? Because there's always something you could do differently that could perhaps yield a better result. It's not a guarantee now. I will say that. But it is a possibility. that you can do something that's going to yield a better result. But that's up to you. Many of you, like, there are people that will try to farm me for information. I'm not stupid. When you're trying to get me to use my counselor brain to help you out of your shit, but you don't really want to do the work. See, if you want to do the work, and like I said, you don't have to come to me, but you have to do the work. You have to self-evaluate. You also have to, once you self-evaluate, if you have any open wounds, you must work on getting those closed. A lot of you run around here open wound like a motherfucker. Y'all got open sores all over the place. And it isn't physical sores. It's psychological ones. Because you are nothing but an exposed nerve. All you're doing is carrying around a whole bunch of bricks in your bag for people that are not even around anymore. You know how ridiculous that is? I see people spend so much time and energy on people that are not even around, on people that, for better or for worse, they may not even have any real engagements with at all anymore. No connection, no ties whatsoever. But for some reason, they can't let certain shit go. And I get it if it's something really deep, but I'm gonna be honest with you, a lot of shit don't even be that deep. A lot of shit be shit that you could be mad at with yourself. And the only reason shit went bad was because you chose to not fix it. You chose not to do the work. You said, ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm a good woman. I'm a good dude. Being a good woman or a good man is totally subjective. Because I can say I'm a good man, but according to this one, that one, and this one, they might agree. But there'll also be this one, that one, this one. I'll look and say, yeah, all right. Or, he ain't all that. And that's okay. I'm good with that. But, like I said, a lot of times, the problem you run into is that you don't take any efforts to self-improve. So the moment I said effort, and I know I'm going to say the other word, accountability. Once you take accountability for yourself and make efforts to try to do better, you will see your relationship, whether you are single trying to attain a relationship or whether you are involved trying to maintain your relationship, you will see that that will improve. I see many people that do a lot of lazy fucking shit. They as fuck. And that's what we call bare minimum motherfuckers. BMM. It's getting that minimum. They're not ever really trying to do anything conducive to actually helping you improve yourself or make your relationship experience with them better. And a lot of people are self-serving. All those end up getting wants to feel like they're being used. Nobody wants to feel like they're only good for this one particular thing. Like nobody wants to feel like that. And often, many are left to feel that way because somebody's always half stepping. And I'm here to tell you guys, there's no such thing as relationship security. The only way you can possibly have partial relationship security is you have to be willing to be the best all the time. You got to be the best and brightest one. And this is why I choose you. That is how you have and attain and maintain a relationship. You got to be the best. And the only way you can be the best is to improve on yourself. So those are things that you should keep in your head. Like for real. In your head. Should you choose to want to embark on this thing called a relationship? Or should you choose or say that you want to keep or grow your relationship? Like you got to think about a relationship like a baby or like a plant. Even. A relationship is like a plant. You got to give it a little bit of maintenance. You got to give it some water, plant food, all that stuff. But, these are all things that I would tell you if you're going to embark in them on a level of you're looking for marriage. You're looking for a long-term relationship. You're looking for a life partner. You have to be willing to step up and do whatever it takes to sustain that relationship. That means you got to be willing to be the best. You got to be willing to be heads and tails above everybody else. Do you understand? This is a competition. And if you aren't presenting yourself as the best, if you aren't putting your best foot forward, you can't be mad if you end up with a subpar situation. Nothing else is going to be resulted. What you put in is what you get out. And the thing is, it's very easy to coast and end up in a pointless relationship, which is one of those things where it ends up pointless marriage, end up in divorce. It just ends up pointless. Life is short. It's like life is long, but life is short too. And you want to make the most out of your experience in life. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is if you open yourself up for growth. See, one of the main things that happens in relationships too is over time because people evolve all the time. And this is why I said you have to be intertwined in each other's universes. You don't have to be intertwined in everything. But the general stuff, the main stuff that you really like versus the main stuff that she really like need to come together and y'all need to be crossing signs on it. That's just unbelievably essential. And a lot of you miss that mark far too often. If you want, I will save this. I might not delete this video right away. I don't know yet once I'm finished with it. But I want you to understand That is very, 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 very important for you to heed my words. Because more than likely you're in that kind of relationship or you're on the verge of having that kind of relationship and you didn't even know it. That's dangerous. You're going to wake up one day and just be single. And it's going to be because you don't fit the criteria of their evolution. They're evolving in this direction. You're evolving in that direction. Shit falls apart. So I want y'all to take heed of those thoughts. Anyway, I'm done for now. I have things to do. Appreciate y'all that pulled up. This was a random one. I'll probably try to do more of this. Go to the YouTube. Like, share, subscribe these videos. Like, I'm tired of telling y'all that shit. It's annoying. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. This shit ain't hard. And it's free. You see me? I go and I support everybody's everything. Like, share, and subscribe. If I went down the list and look at all the people I've supported that's on my Facebook, that's in this Facebook group that we have like 400 or 500 people in that Facebook group, and maybe about 2 of them are subscribed to the YouTube podcast. That doesn't make any sense. You gotta do better than that. I spit real shit. I've helped thousands of people not fall into the toilet. Am I absolute in everything that I do? No, because nothing is absolute. You you can fall out the car right now and think you're gonna hit your head, but land on your feet just cause it was your lucky day. Anything can happen. But anyway, like, share, subscribe. That's what I need from y'all. That's it. Y'all need to start showing some love this way. Because I'm feeling like, especially on Facebook, I feel like I got a lot of bozo ass watchers. Like they're just sitting there watching to see what I'm going to say next. So then they can try and either argue with me about it or tell me how such and such and such as whatever. Like they'll choose anything. And it's crazy. And I'm not gonna have it. So I want y'all to start really sharing these videos. What I want to see is notifications going off like crazy while I'm doing this shit. Because I'm far smarter than a lot of people y'all probably are following diligent. Well, I can understand certain circumstances. Like if that's your family member, you want to go support them instead of supporting me. Support your family member. I ain't mad at you. But understand, I'm still here and my shit is free. Like, share, and subscribe. You don't even have to take the time to sit and talk with me privately. Because that costs. You can just sit right on here and all I ask you to do is hit the motherfucking like button. I'm gonna start doing like the rest of these podcasters here and cut something out anytime I don't see the participation up at where it should be. I don't want to do that, but I will if I have to. Is that what you want? I know there's people watching. Yes or no? So the ball is in your court. I need y'all to think about that. I really need y'all to think about it. Any other thoughts? Because I'm sitting here quiet on purpose. I want to see if somebody's going to say something or if they just looking at my handsome face. Like I said, my expectation, and I'm going to start banging this into your heads. Every time you see me, like, share, and subscribe. You're going to see me at an event somewhere. I'm going to pull up somewhere. I'm going to look at you and be like, yo, did you like, share, subscribe? Huh? Oh, you fuck with me, though. But you ain't like, share, and subscribe. What happened? Like I said, people will talk it, but they won't walk it. Anyway, I think I've taken up enough airspace on here. And I've talked about my like, share, and subscribe. So with that being said, I will bid y'all adieu. I have things to do, places to be, all that good shit. So I will holler at y'all next time. Maybe we'll even have somebody else on the next edition of Real Talk with Maximus. Have a good day and peace out.